Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء. واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. I start as always in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I send peace and blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We are gathered here today to celebrate the day of Eid-Ul-Fitr, a day on which we all wear our new clothes, our new colognes, our new shoes, new hijabs, those in abayas, and refreshed $100 haircuts. A day on which we tend to forget the true purpose behind our celebration. In Islam, we have 2 Eids every single year. And subhanAllah, the beauty is that each of them honors sacrifice. Eid-Ul-Fitr honors the sacrifices that we made during the holy month of Ramadan, the sleepless nights, the long hours of fasting, sacrificing your time in ibadah, sacrificing sin in order to draw closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not to mention how much ibadah we have done these past 10 nights in anticipation of Laylatul Qadr. And Eid falls immediately after, honoring the sacrifices that you made throughout that month. Similarly, Eid-ul-Adha is a day on which we celebrate the sacrifice of Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salatu wassalam, a day on which we also celebrate the sacrifices that we made during the 10 blessed days of Dhul-Hijjah, especially on the day of Arafah. But when you boil it down to its core, you realize that Eid is much different than the other holidays that non-Muslims celebrate. The Prophet ﷺ was once asked about Eid by Abu Bakr. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Abu Bakr, O Abu Bakr, Inna likulla qawmin Eidan, that there is an Eid for every single nation. وَهَذَا عِيدُنَا, and this is our Eid. Because our celebration in Islam only comes in honor of sacrifice. And subhanAllah, we need to ask ourselves whether or not that sacrifice meant anything. What is the point of us fasting this past month if we aren't going to carry the good habits that we gained and the bad habits that we lost throughout the year? And the amazing thing is, we make these sacrifices twice a year, and we think that it's sufficient. Most of us here have a cell phone. Now when you use your phone throughout the day, your battery starts to dwindle, it starts to go down. And so what happens at the end of the day? Do you buy a new phone to compensate when your phone is out of battery? Of course not. You put your phone on charge, and then you use it the very next day. Now I want you to ask yourself, is it sufficient for you to charge your iman twice a year? Is it sufficient for you to charge your iman once in Ramadan and once in the 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah? And will that be sufficient enough for the entire year? Your iman is something that needs to be charged regularly in order for you to maintain it throughout the year, not just once or twice. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted us with the gift of salah. Throughout the day, you are charging your iman 5 times a day. This is also why He gave us the blessed day of Jumu'ah, which, similar to Eid, is a celebration of the sacrifices you made throughout the week. The sacrifices of time and energy you made praying your salah and doing dhikr. That's why it isn't enough for us to only come once a week in Jumu'ah and just listen to the khutbah, pray our 2 rak'ah and be on our way. Because it's a celebration of the sacrifices that you made throughout the week. Just as you wouldn't celebrate Eid without fasting during Ramadan and without making sacrifice during Ramadan. You're not supposed to celebrate Jumu'ah if you didn't make those same sacrifices throughout the week. My dear brothers and sisters, this past month, the masjid has been packed to the brim. But come tomorrow, it'll be empty once again. If you are able to sacrifice your time in Taraweeh a month throughout the year, every single day, then you can sacrifice 15 minutes in your day to praise Allah at least once in the masjid. This is why you must carry on this habit past Ramadan and on to the next Ramadan. Because fasting is proof that you can stop bad habits. Taraweeh is proof that you can pray voluntary prayers at night. Suhoor is proof that you can wake up for Fajr. Islam isn't hard. You just haven't realized the potential that you have yet. You need to keep your iman charged throughout the day, charged throughout the week, and throughout the entire year. So that the next time Ramadan rolls around, you aren't stuck in the cycle of restarting your journey towards increasing your iman from the start. Keeping these habits will make it so that next Ramadan, you already have a higher baseline to build off of. And inshallah, your iman will be higher than ever. Lastly, my brothers and sisters, remember the true purpose behind Eid. Eid is not like these other holidays in these other religions. It's not about the clothes. It's not about the food or the presents. Eid is about honoring the sacrifices that you made. It's about celebrating the achievements that you made during Ramadan to draw closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't let that celebration go to waste. Continue to indulge in the new habits that you made this Ramadan. Praying in the masjid, reading the Quran, attending lectures, whatever it may have been. Don't leave them behind in Ramadan and go back to your ways of sin. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He allows us to carry on these habits that we built throughout Ramadan until the next Ramadan. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He grants us ease in drawing closer to His deen. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts our Ramadan, that He accepts our fast, He accepts our ibadah, and He accepts our prayers. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant sustenance to our brothers and sisters who are suffering all around the world, especially in Palestine, in Yemen, and in Sudan. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for all the Muslims suffering around the world. Ameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت، وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت، وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت، فإنك سبحانك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك، وإنه لا يضل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت، تبارك ربنا وتعاليت. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي، يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تسمعون. تقبل الله منا ومنكم وعيد مبارك.